Hi, my name is Monique Garrett, and this is my grandmother, Aline Epps. And how old are you?
87.
87 years young. Well, I wanted to do a quick video with you all. We discovered this device called the Helo. It's a wearable medical device. It helps you monitor some of your vital signs. The reason why we got one of these is that my grandmother lives with my mother, but she lives in the downstairs area of the house. Now, we know that a lot of people are living longer. You know, she's a great-great-grandmother, and many of the parents, if they're not living with their children, they are living in either still in their homes or they're in care facilities. A lot of people are apprehensive about putting their parents in those facilities because you're concerned about being able to monitor their care while you're not there. Well, the Helo is a great device for you to be able to monitor your parents or your loved ones' vitals, whether they live in a care facility or whether they live with you. For example, my grandmother lives with my mother, but she lives downstairs. So let's say one evening or one night she gets up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom and she falls. My mother would never know. My grandmother, through using her Helo, is able to send a distress signal that will give her actual GPS location and send a text message or an email to not only my mother, but at least myself and my two other aunts and anyone else that she wants to receive the information. And it's really, really simple. Grandma, can you press the button on this twice where you had pressed before? 1, 2. Now what she's done is she just activated her device. It said it's starting the GPS positioning, and now it's going to find her location. A SOS request has been sent. So now what you do is you go to your device, your cell phone or your email, and you can see it's 2:59 on the phone and it's 2:59 right here that a GPS signal was sent. And what the app is going to now do is going to give her location. So for someone who may be in the house, they're going to get a text message, an email, some notification that there's a distress, and it's going to pull up the location. Actually, this is my street that I live on, so you can see that's my house. But so this is really, really great if you have a parent that, like I said, either lives with you or lives someplace else, or even if it's for your children, or if you have a special needs child that you want to be able to monitor. One of the other things that the Helo device does that's really unique is that she is actually able to do an EKG monitoring, where she can monitor her heart rate. So what I'm going to have you do, Grandma, is put your finger. We're going to monitor her heart check. Put your finger on this part right there and hold your finger down. As you can see, through the app, it is monitoring her heart rate. It's doing an EKG, and it's actually counting down. And when it gets down to 0, she will get her EKG report. At the same time, it's monitoring her beats per minute, her blood pressure. All of that is being monitored. Now, remind you again, she's 87 years old. She's in fairly good health. But oftentimes when, you send a first alert or some of these other devices and they send an alert that someone is in distress, sometimes it's too late. Can you imagine being able to get a text message or an email letting you know when your loved one is in medical distress? So this is a really great device. So you can see it's continuing to count down, it's continuing to monitor her heart rate. The beautiful thing about this is not only will it send an information to us, but we can also program it to send information to her physicians. It also keeps her medical data up to, I think, at least like 2 years or so. So this is a great way for medical doctors to be able to see the history of your loved one, because oftentimes by the time you take them to see a medical professional, you're already in a state of crisis. So that's what's really great about this app. It's very easy. It's very small. You see, it's very easy for her to wear and monitor herself. It's not intrusive. It's not too tight on her wrist. And it just makes us really feel good that this is something that she can use to even check her own heart rate, blood pressure if she's not feeling well. Some of the future devices are going to be able to do blood glucose testing without having to actually prick your finger, which we know is really, really a big deal for a lot of people who are diabetics. She also suffers with arthritis. The device actually has some elements to it that help with blood circulation. A lot of times she complains of her hands being cold and numb, and a lot of times that can be due to poor circulation, as some other issues. But this is a great device to really be able to monitor. You see that it is done. She had 54 beats per minute. Her blood pressure is 121/79, and her EKG was normal. So this again is a great device. It's called the Helo. You can take your finger off. It's called the Helo device. Fits very comfortably on her wrist. Does that feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Is it easy for you to use?
Yeah.
And how does having something like this make you feel, being able to check your health?
It makes me feel fine.
Makes you feel fine.
It makes me feel secure.
Makes you feel secure.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put a price tag on a peace of mind. So if you're interested in ordering one of these Helo devices, you can contact Lester Garrett at lgarrett02. That's LGARRETT02 at gmail.com, or click on the link below.